I just searched online and I came up with this very intriguing topic that is about what girls' expectations from their relationships. This topic intrigued me because there was no singular answer to this question. Because as I can imagine now, if I ask every single girl in this room that what do you expect from your relationship, I think I can get many answers, but now I'm not going to ask you. Yeah. But I came across this, there was a survey conducted by a website that asked a question that if one day you found your boyfriend who you thought was very ordinary as you, was actually an heir to a very wealthy family, what would you do? 90% of the girls said they wouldn't break up with their boyfriend because what's enough was the boy himself, not his money, not his status or anything. So if they happen to be rich, that's really a bonus point. So we may conduct from here that most girls are emotional, that they seek true love from their relationship. And 1 month later, the same website conducted another survey which asked another question, that if one day you found your boyfriend who you thought was very ordinary, or even kind of little rich, was actually pretending to be rich, was actually a poor guy that hope to impress you by pretending to be rich or something like that, what would you do? This time, 90% of the girls say that integrity was very important. 9 was unforgiving. So they would break up with this poor guy. So many people came to the conclusion that the girls are material. That all they love was actually money and status. They just want a comfortable life, and they want it from their boyfriends. It was really unfair to say so, because there was another story about the boys. It said that if a girl with makeup and her boyfriend would like to buy a Cadillac for her, but once if she removes her makeup, her boyfriend would not even answer her phones. Can we just jump to the conclusion that all the boys are assholes? I'm a hard dog. That only cares about the appearances. So we cannot be so. We cannot be so hasty to jump into this kind of conclusion. But girls do seek other qualities in their relationship. There was another story. iPhone watch was on the market. It was very trendy and so on. So this girl called May, and she just met the guy called John, and he asked John, "Hey John, iPhone watch was on. Would you like to buy one?" And John said, "Oh, I was not really that kind of fashion guy into this new technology trend. I was so low key. Sometimes I just wear watches like Patek Philippe, or sometimes just Omega would do." And May was so impressed. He's modest. He was so modest that May would fall in love with him immediately. So I don't know what would you think about this. But but last of my speech, I'm not going to try to give you an answer to this question. But at last, I would like to recommend all of you, especially girls, a movie called Becoming Jane, Becoming Jane. It was a movie about the life of Jane Austen, a very famous English writer who wrote Pride and Prejudice. So when she was very young, she was kind of like this ordinary country girl, and she was proposed by a local gentleman with a very grand house, reliable income. So, but she wasn't really into that kind of ordinary life, being a mistress, that kind of. there was some sparkling between her and there was another guy called Tom, who was an apprentice studying law in London, but kind of poor status. Both families were not approved of this union, so they just ran away. But on the road, Jane found the letters that Tom's mother wrote to him. In the letters, Tom's mother said thanked for the money that Tom sent back home and hoped that Tom would one day become a lawyer or judge that makes this impoverished family better. So Jane realized that the whole family was kind of dependent on Tom's shoulder. So he called off this running off, and went back home. And so they separated. And Jane became an independent woman writing novels to make a living. And Tom finally became the Chief Justice in Scotland. So I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to judge you or do anything to tell you what answer of this question. There was nothing wrong if girls want a better life, materially or spiritually. But one thing is very important is being an independent soul in a relationship, regardless of what you are looking for. Thank you very much.
Hallelujah.